Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back, and it is the Chuck-a-core. Chuck is back, man. It's been a long time since we've checked in with Chuck. He's been cooling his heels in the barracks, not doing a whole bunch of anything. So off we go with Chuck. We're running a CVS in the bonus slot. We have a bounty or purple optics and a bounty low noise exhaust. We're running a camo directive and food. So we are in full tryhard mode, all gold on this thing. I don't run anything but gold rounds. You got to make every one of them count because there are only 20 to shoot. That was easy for me to say. Fisherman's Bay, Dorf, Himmels Bay, Fischerdorf. Himmels Bay, Fischerdorf. This is a tier 10 and 9 battle, and Chuck's going to have a good outing, man. You know, I've throttled back just a little bit on the 100 battle challenge. We're going to continue to do that, but I think I'm going to start playing some of the tanks that I like because I think I'm supposed to be having fun. Is that right? I don't remember. Don't remember. I'm pretty sure that's true. Fisherman's Bay, we saw a really good spotting game on this. Now this one's not going to be quite as nice, but I get a good spotting number out of it. And as with all scout games and scouting games, you got to pick your points. You got to read the map. You got to think about what the other scouts are doing, where people are going to be, lines of approach, lines of sight, places you can be spotted and can't be spotted, yada yada yada. I do know though that the only other scout out there, thank goodness there's no EBR, is a Sheridan, and so I am going to be able to outnumber scout, let's call it that way. Let's say I'm going to have better numbers than the Sheridan in terms of camo especially, and hopefully spotting based on what I've got set up. So I go here, I find Leopard PT. I like this bush, this row of bushes here. There's a lot of options. The Manticore is a tiny tank. He can get into small bushes. I'll tell you what I really like, and I'm going to go to this bush in just a minute here after I kind of see what's going on. I'm going to back out of that. I'd really like to find the Sheridan. I'm like, where is that guy? So we're going to back out this way. One of the reasons I came here is because where I was didn't have a good view on what's going on the one column. So one of the counters to this bush is somebody raging down this one column. I do have some Camp-A-Llama Ding Dang, but none of them are over here, which is weird, you know. So right away I've noted that. Yes, I have some snipers back here, but no, they're not in a good position to stop a one column push. So if they'd have pushed north on the one column, we were going to have trouble, and I would then be in a compromised place, and I'd have to get out of here. But it doesn't happen, and that's one of the reasons why I shifted down to here. There's the Sheridan. I'm going to look like, man, I'll take a shot to kill him, but he's at 700. Oh, there we go. So we got this guy, but he gets away with it again. He's got pretty good reverse speed. So slowly working on it. I do have 2 artillery. There's 2 of theirs slapping down the poor Sturv. There goes a shot of ours out at that point. Not a huge fan of artillery. You know, I think at the end of the day I've come to just ignore it as much as possible and then whine about it when it hits me. I think that's a good option. It's how I go with it. But I will say this about Artie. When you are running a scout and you are trying to dig people out, it's not a bad asset to have on your side. I hate it when it hits me, but you know what? When you're a scout, you will take all the assists from any place you can. Artie can hit some things other people can't. Let's just put it that way. Alright, this is the bush that very often I will go to first. I like this spot. Sometimes I'll knock that tree down and kind of cover up this area. The problem with that is it lets them know that's where you are. I am unspotted so far, not been seen. The only problem with coming up here is there is a little possibility of getting spotted by guys with good vision in this area. But this thing is so small, it's almost covered up by this bush anyway. So what are the bad parts about this bush? People, once again, if I go there early, I YOLO in there early, and they YOLO down the one line, you have a hard time getting away from here. Yes, you can back out and kind of move along here, but then you get exposed. It's a long drive to getting away, and if you try to go high, you get shredded from these guys. So I kind of like the initial spot where I was. Keep an eye on the 1-2 line. If nothing's going on, maybe then move forward. The good news with this position is now I have more burned through and better spotting on this kind of stuff. So the Sturv gets punished pretty hard. I just hold my shot. It's too early. If it was a kill shot, I would have taken it and then backed out. But just shooting him to shoot him, I probably take some return fire, and especially if I'm not taking a guy out of the game. So Miss Pissy, that's that's Pissy over there. The heavies are doing okay. Nobody's really winning or losing at this point on the 9 line. Again, same discussion. I don't have a kill shot. I'll let him go. I'm just gathering up some assist right now. And now I'm watching what's going on over at the mill. Still nobody's poked around the corner. They don't seem to be very aggressive over here, but there's a lot of guns in the game. The other thing to note, other than the 2 artillery, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 TDs in the game. One of them is playing more like a heavy down in the city down there. So that's 5 more TDs. You can expect several of them to be over here. I know the Sturv is. I've already seen him. So that's probably a big reason why there's not a lot of aggressiveness going on. There's only, what, 2, 3 mediums on each side. So now I'm going to move forward again. All right, first thing I want to know is, do I proxy light somebody on the other side? Nope. Interesting. There's nobody on the south side of the mill. This can be dangerous because the bush is nice, but you are exposed this way. So anybody in the row over here or so is going to see you. So I just kind of come up and go back down. Didn't get lit, right? I'm using my 6th sense as kind of a de facto spotting mechanism. I get him lit and I back immediately away with enough vision and maybe a CVS. The 61 probably sees me right there, but nope, good to go. All right, this Foch gets lit and I like this. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just sit here. I do maneuver around a little bit because what my issue here I've got is I'm worried that this side of my tank is sticking out enough that somebody pops up here, they see me. Again, it has to do with where the hit boxes are. The bush looks like it is kind of covering me, but it's hard to tell, man. There's no indication of whether you're fully in this bush or not. So I'm going to shift around just a little bit. The Foch kind of figures out what's going on. Then we have a tree down. There's somebody basically right there. So that's how good this thing's camo is. Foch is taking hits. Finally, some guys have moved around to take shots on the Foch right there. Although, there we go. Already goes in, but only stuns. Now, he knows he's in trouble, right? He clearly knows he's spotted. I actually like what he does here. So I try to get into this bush a little better. And then I think yeah, here he comes. So he has basically said, screw it. I'm going at him. And I'm like, all right, I'll take that damage. He takes a couple hits. Now I want to get out of here. And what I want to do is back out to where I don't get proxy lit. I'm like, oh, don't proxy let me. Don't do it. Don't do it. I did. Oh, so I didn't leave in time. So he knows why he was spotted now. And that's unfortunate. If I'd have got away without getting lit, he can guess. He can certainly guess. So I'm going to stop. And if he comes around, then I want the guys back there to get rid of this dude if I can. I'm like, oh shit, he is pissed. So here he comes. And this is probably about the best solution he has to the situation, right? He might as well push in there. I don't know. I think he's thrown away his tank a little early. Maybe once he got covered up here, he could have fallen back. But he also knows with the Manticore lurking around over here, he's just going to keep getting spotted. He doesn't have a lot of good options. So it looks like he's just trying to do a solid for the team and take out the Manticore. And I just want to survive. So we'll come in here. I'm going to try to get him lower. Oh, crap. Here they come. Right, so we get him. He thumps me. Engine gets broke. I try to fix it. He misses. And now, Olay, right? I get by him. Oh, thank goodness. That was close. This thing doesn't turn very well, this thing being the Manticore. So I'm just going to try to keep him auto-aim, get along his side. I've mentioned this before. One thing you got to watch out for it with these Foches, because when you auto-aim at center of mass, the center of mass is like right here. And I think it just takes the pure length. So because this front area is way out here, the center of mass is actually here. And based on the angle, you can start shooting into the front plate. If you get, say you get quartering forward right there, it's a real pain in the rear. So it's not like it's center mass of this nice flat spot. It actually moves the aim point quite forward. So if you want to go back that up and watch it, you'll see that happening. And I have missed shots with this tank, any tank really, auto-aiming Foches like that, because it's not exactly centering where you would like it to. So we're up to 2,891 assist. Got guys pushing up. The Romple is about to be on at this point. It's looking very good. KPZ just goes in. Good on him. The Yellow Meister there. So I'm gonna be a little bit careful. I know there's probably several guys back there. I don't want to just go zinging in there and get crushed. But I am looking at this 103 and I'm thinking, all right, let's go do a little strafing run on this guy. We'll auto-aim him, we'll thump him. turn around. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I can't see the target.
There we go. So we'll swing around there. I didn't notice that. Did that stirb spin and hit me? I think he did. That's impressive. There we go. Or did he hit me early? I don't remember. Anyway, I got hit by the stirb. Leopard bounced. Chuck just threw the gun out there and deflected it. That's what he does. That's what Chuck does. It's a Chuck thing, my friends. Because it's high tier, and it looked like a Rompel Stomp, people will start pressing, kind of like I think our KPZ did. Is that what it was? Yes. And he's a dead man, right? He YOLO'd in and is deaded. You got to be careful at this tier, my friends. And it's starting to rain, so we're going to have some pretty good thumping on the windows there. You can hear it. You got to be careful because you can walk yourself into a loss, right? You can charge yourself into a loss when you think the Rompel's on and the other team's kind of repositioning, regrouping, looking for good defensive spots. Here we go. I think that shot hit. We're up to 3,323. All right, and same discussion here. I know they've turtled up. I'd love to get rid of the Conway. I think we're going to pretty soon. But holy cow, they're all down in this corner, and there's a lot of bushes and trees and stuff, and it's kind of hard to approach. So I'll show you how I end up doing that. There we find the Conway, so let's get rid of him because he's trying to run off. We'll go to the bushes dark. Take a little shot on that guy. Somebody hits him. I got a long reload. That's the bummer. One of the many bummers of the poor Manticore. There we go. Let's get down to the bush. There you go. Get dark. And holy cow. All right. That worked out. Those kind of snaps don't always work out. So I'm going to use this approach with these bushes. See if I can't catch out one of these guys hanging out here, but I don't. And then they knocked down our Foch and our 777, and I'm looking at the tank rolls going, well, this is fairly even. I mean, we're up in hit points a bit, but it's 9-8, and they've got some pretty good tanks left. They got a Tortoise. They got the auto reloader standard B. They got a fast Leopard PTA with good spotting. They got a Super, 2 Arty. I mean, they are definitely not in terrible shape. They have horrible map control, and that is always a problem for the team that doesn't have the map control. Unless you are uncareful in the way you push. And this surprised me. I was thinking, hey, JT, please don't do that. I'm like, hold on, guys. Let me get repositioned over here and see if I can't get you some spots. So instead of going across the south side of the map, I decided to go back to the middle and see if we can start getting some spots with these dudes. Just kind of sneak into the bush. Oh, there we go. There's a Tortoise. See him go by. He starts pushing the Grill A. If I knew now what I did not know then, I would have headed down to help that Grill a little bit sooner. So I come over here, hoping to get a shot on the Tortoise, and for some reason the Grill pops out, and then I don't know if he's still, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's tracked, or he thinks he's dark or something, but he ends up dying right there, which was very frustrating. And then the Tortoise doesn't push, and I'm thinking, crap, now I'm going to have to get into the city, and I really don't want to get into the city. I would like to take these kind of side assassination shots on these guys. So let's move down here and see if we can't catch them down the road right there. I know that there's a bush behind a building here. I should be able to approach because this is a sneaky, sneaky little tank. Unfortunately, the Grill is in my way, so I'm forced to go to the closer building. I'm like, oh crap, there goes that dude. Don't see me, don't see me. He did see me. Very nice. Let's just shoot him inside because he presented it. Very nice. Now the standard B. And I do get lit. One of their already died, which is nice. Got countered, looks like. Spotted and countered, potentially, or just countered. The standard B is going after our Arty, so I'm trying to fade back here. Again, get those sneaky, cheeky shots. See if we can get him here. Oh, we went down to the beach, unfortunately, right there, and I missed it. Kind of surprised I didn't get spotted, to be honest, but that's the sneakiness of Chuck and the Manticore. I need that Arty to take some hit points off of him, or I'm going to have to be careful and do it myself. Unfortunately, the Arty does not take any hit points off of him, and now I'm trying to find a way to get a shot on this guy. I'd like to get a shot and then disappear, because I really can't YOLO in there. I only have 961, so I'd get one off, and he'd bang, 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 and I'm dead. So I'm just really hoping I get a shot on him, so he makes a bad move there, and that's very nice for me. So we thump him. Didn't get spotted either, which kind of blew my mind. He knows which bush it is, though. Theoretically, anyway, he should. Usually at this tier, you assume they do. Not always. And then I find the super conqueror. I'm like, oh, very nice. So that guy's giving me a shot. I like it. Take him down.
That was expected.
Very good. Now things are looking a lot better, right? We got a lot more guns than they do. I'm going to fall back, though. See if I can go over here to this bush. Take a slight chance moving across the open. And reposition so I'm peeking from a different spot. And I'm sort of hoping that JT is going to do what he does. He takes a while, but he's finally moving because it's just the standard B and the Leopard PTA. The Leopard PTA was last seen way down there in the south. I think that's where he still is. That's what I'm assuming at this point. The thing about it, though, is the longer it goes, the less sure you are of that old spot. And then you have to consider the amount of map control you have and the lines of sight. Because the JT is moving, that Leopard could start now moving north through the city, and nobody would really see him. The WT is in an okay spot. If the Leopard tries to go to the WT, he's going to see him. But the longer we futz around with this guy, the more possibility of that Leopard PTA showing up behind us. So I'm just waiting. The JT's just going straight at him, which is very helpful. He's got a lot of hit points, so once he gets engaged with that guy, he actually finds him in an odd spot. A little bit surprised he moved over there, but good on him. That's what good players and experienced players do. They move around. So I'll come in here and just kill this dude off. He's not seeing me show up. Ooh, 69. Very nice. I didn't notice that first time. The perfect damage. All right. Leopard PTA. So we'll rage through the city right here. Unfortunately, there's this choke point. I am taking a bit of a chance that he's going to be sitting right here. You know, if I'd had it to do it again, I might have moved up to the north, to the middle. But look at the time. Again, we're in a time crunch. 2:23 left. We either need to get a bunch of tanks on cap or kill these guys. And I think we're not going to be able to get on cap without seeing the Leopard or having the Leopard see us. So I'm going to push in here and do what the Manticore does. Try to outspot things. Try to see them first. Get the WT to get shots. I don't have time to wait for the JT. We're going to come in here. This guy doesn't see me. Down he goes. We'll back out. Didn't get spotted. Very nice. And this goes poorly. I actually got a GG from the Leopard PTA after this. It didn't work out nearly as well as I wanted to. I was hoping to do this without getting a hit. So I gave away a hit without getting any hit points. That was not good. That helps. 257. And I'm thinking, all right, I got this. And then... oh my gosh. So I pop over there. He hits me and takes damage. I don't take any damage from him. I'm not going to reload in time. I'm hoping. Miss. Do something. Bounce. Nope. Unable. And then whack. The WT gets his shot because that guy was forced to come up and over to get rid of me. And a close fought one, man. 5,115 assists. 2,560 damage. In the old Chuckacore, man. It was nice. I hadn't played that for a long time. This was probably my second or third game, so I'm not going to tell you. I just jumped in. And I had a couple average, I think one tomato game, one kind of average game, and then had a pretty good one here. Anytime you get 5,000 assists on this map in a scout. But it was all working out, right? I didn't have EBR to deal with. I didn't have another Manticore. Their Sheridan wasn't really bothering me too much. They didn't do anything on the one line to speak of. I was able to sort of own the one line, but that's what you do when you jump into a game and it starts to go. You've got to look at the match you got and try to adjust from there. That is all I've got, man. Thanks, Chuck. Thanks to you guys for coming out and checking out the video. Appreciate your support of the channel. If you're looking for other ways to help me out, you can find those down in the description. That's all I've got for today. See ya.